What's up, y'all? What's up? With another live stream. Gonna wait for some people to come in the building. Waiting for the people to get notified before we start this content. And shout out the top three supporters. All right, just waiting for the people to get the notification. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. They're not allowing the people to get the notification. So I want to say to everybody that support, I want to thank you so much. You know, acknowledge each and every person that do support the stream. Now I'm gonna announce the top three supporters of the men and the top three supporters of the women thus far, and it's based on the numbers that I have seen. All right, so let's get right to it. So far in 2025, it you know you have Azandria, the top lady of 2025, followed by Marissa Eldridge, followed by Marilyn Edwards. Those are the top three ladies thus far. And if we go the next two, we'll get into the second tier and then everybody else. All right, we're going to do a second tier of the women, the second tier of the men. So the top three ladies: Marilyn Edwards, number three; Marissa Eldridge, number two; and Azandria, number one. Now, when it comes to the fellas, so far in 2025, I'm counting 2025. V. Man Smith is number three. Number two is Daryl. And number one is Forever Studios. Those are the top three men that have supported the most thus far in its proper order. So, number three, V. Man Smith. Number two, Daryl. And number one, Forever Studio. Those are the top three supporters of 2025 as terms of the men. In terms of the ladies, you have Marilyn Edwards, you have Marissa Eldridge, and you have Azandria in the top three. Those are the top tier, top three supporters. I'm going to do a second tier and then the rest. All right. So I appreciate those, people that support it. So if it just happens that we got to go to Daryl and Marissa Eldridge, what's going to end up happening is if the people prefer me, like Azandria or Forever Studio prefer me to come to see them, instead of them coming to Florida, I'll go to their state. That might end up happening. I might go to their state. I don't know if they want to come to Florida right now because they got a lot of stuff going on. So we'll see. We'll see within 2 weeks what happens. So don't feel left out because you're not in the top three. You know what I'm saying? Those happen to be what I considered, and to be perfectly honest, those are considered the consistent supporters that's far 2025. They've been the most consistent supporters. That's not to say other people don't support here and there. They do. It's just not consistent. I'm talking to the consistent supporters. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how it's going to be by the B day. All I know as far as right now, those are the top three of each order, character order. Okay, I'm back. I'm back, y'all. So don't feel like because you're in the top three of consistent supporting that you're not going to be shot out. I'm just going to do it in its proper order. I have to give those three men and three ladies, the top three thus far, credit, you know, because they supported the most. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, the top three is Azandria, Forever Studio, and Daryl are the top three consistent supporters right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else support once in the blue. At the same time, they do support, you know. So, yeah, yep. So when it comes down to me becoming, a millionaire, they get first dibs, and everybody else, of course, you know, is going to be able to come. I'm going to start doing the list of lists around the corner of who will be invited to my millionaire party real soon. Yep, real soon. Real soon. That's why I'm not making no excuses. I'm not being around people that's making excuses. I don't want to have conversations with people that don't want to win and be consistent of their growth, health wise, economically. mentally and spiritually have a growth and great conversation with the Lord. That's who I want to be around from here on out. You know what I'm saying? You know, I didn't come back to Florida the third time just to play. I came back to win and to be very greatly successful of becoming one of the few in my family to be a millionaire, to be in great health, to have a woman that is going to be on point. I can't just deal with just any woman anymore. Them days are over. You know, it's just what it is. I'm just at that point in my life, like I've seen it all, different types of women, different types of ethnicity. The experience I had with them, it's like, okay, now what's next? It's nothing else to prove. It's nothing else to prove except being greatly successful and to bring a lady along that is worthy of that. You know what I'm saying? She has to be worthy of that. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm to the point I could cut off somebody ASAP. Like, that's the type of time I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start becoming successful, you don't want to go back down to where you used to be. You learn from that situation. You know? And a lot of so-called black men and men in particular, man, you got to start thinking about, you know, becoming a better, productive man, and don't be so satiated with just what you doing is enough. No, it's always more to do. I don't ever get bored, y'all. I don't get bored of winning. It's great to win all the time and to be around great winners. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say to the supporters, the top 3 supporters, I greatly appreciate y'all for being the consistent supporters, especially Forever Studio Daryl and the Zandria, who over the last, you know, month or so has been the consistent supporters. Everybody else that support Once in the Blue, I appreciate the support Once in the Blue. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High see that He gonna take care of you too, greatly. You know, I just have to do it in this proper order. You know, it's just amazing. You know, and I'm gonna be real. The women is not playing with you guys, man. Like, guys, you can't talk that you're doing well, and the women are showing it by the actions. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. The women showing it by the actions. They not talking. Them talking days are over. It's action time. Women is about action. And like I said over about Ringo, and I said, women about business, men in love. You know, Google mess up my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got to get that phone, get the other phone, get this phone get out the wick. You know, I wasn't using my Apple phone, I was using my Android phone. So yeah. Let me see what's going on here. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. All right, so like I said, when you get to a certain place in your life and you see the real outcome of what's going on, you just gotta respect the winners, respect the people that support Once in the Blue or support consistently. And I want to say to them, keep winning, keep striving for greatness, and be around greatness, you know, because that's all that matters. And it should motivate the people that could get to the next step. Hold on. Okay. It's just Alice. How you doing? Tell your husband I say hello. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm gonna give you a wrench here. I'm gonna make you a moderator over here too. I'm gonna make you a mod here. Shout out to Kites and it's just Alice, his wife. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate their support. Yeah, so the top three supporters, you know what I'm saying, they have supported the most. Even if you don't support that much and you happen to support, don't think that your name won't be mentioned. It will be mentioned. It's just that those are what I consider the top three consistent supporters of 2025, you know. And so what I want to tell y'all is that that's what you want to be around, people that's winning, you know what I'm saying? And it's a challenge for all of us when we come on this YouTube, you know, especially now with the pop the balloon situation. It's just unfortunate, you know. We have to make some adjustments, some changes. You know, it's very difficult. And just let your husband know, you know, when y'all said that I should have been at a bigger channel, when the time comes, it'll come. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy to be back in Florida for the last, it will be what, 5 months soon? Yep, because I came December. It will be, yeah, actually, yeah, January, February, March, April, May. It'll be 5 months I'm back. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. Okay.
Just, I mean, let me know if anything crazy happens. I mean, he's fine. He was just kind of taking a nap. He said he was smoking a cigarette. He's high as fuck.
All right.
You could tell he was smoking a blunt there or something like that.
Okay.
But his dad is a patient. He was just visiting. So
Okay, no problem.
he's fine.
All right. Yeah, so I'm just saying, yeah, the guy was telling me what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Telling me what's going on. Yeah, anyway, so what I was saying to y'all is that when we get to a certain space, right? Yo, support the people when you can, man. Push them to do great. Y'all people in the chat or y'all people come on people's panels, push the content creators to do great. Push them to do great. Cheer them on. Like, listen, we know that there's tough times for all of us. So, yeah, I got, you know, sidetrack it. I was saying that I'm glad to be back in Florida. I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change it for the world. Y'all don't realize that even though my channel is not where it needs to be, just the thought of me being in Florida, it means a lot to me. I'm glad to be in the number one state in America, the number one economy, and the number one city in America is Orlando, hands down. I'm glad to be here. And it's just, y'all got to get to a point in your life that you got to accept change, and greatness comes with change. You know what I'm saying? Greatness comes with change. And in order to be greatly successful, you have to change. You know, we're going through a period on YouTube. It's a lot of changes happening. And us folks who's under 100,000 subscribers, we get hit the hardest because, you know, we do what we can. I'm gonna say this though, just to see Kais and just Alex, her husband, and her to get over the first threshold. Do you ever know how hard it is to get to 10,000 subscribers? Like Kevin Samuels talked about that. When you get over 10,000 subscribers, let me tell you something. What's the goal I say you should make a month? Let's see if y'all know. What's the goal a man and his woman should be making a month? Let's see if y'all get the answer in the chat. Let's see if y'all been paying attention. What's the goal that you should be making a month wherever you at in America? Let's see if y'all know the answer. Let's see if y'all been paying attention. Let's see who gets the answer. I'm going to give y'all 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. All right. No problem, man. Doing great, man. Thanks for asking. 14. All right, take it easy. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Y'all supposed to be making 10,000 or more a month in 2025. 5,000 is the minimum. Yes, that's correct. It's just Alex. That's correct. 5,000 is the minimum. The thing is, depending on where you stay at, does 5,000 get you through as two people? Even if you by yourself, you got to make at least 10,000 or more a month. I tell you, if you making 10,000 or more a month, you're doing something big. You going through the threshold. Anything under 10,000 is a problem. For me, it's a problem. And I'm gonna tell you why it's a problem. Because if you got a vehicle, you got a place, you got a lady, you got a husband, right? Then you got children or you got pets. That's everything that's an additional 2,000 or more. You got to come up with 2,000 or more to take care of some pets, you know, to take care of each other. So when them times get hit, that's why you got to have a certain amount of saving. Out of that 10, you should at least save 2,000 out of that 10. Don't even touch it if you can. Guess what? Not everybody has that. You know? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree. It's just, I'll tell you the truth. California, I don't know how y'all do it. That's the third most tax deductible in America. That's the third most tax deductible. Like here in Florida, it's just Alice. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can make it with 5,000 or more in Florida than in some California or some New York or Detroit. Because there's no state tax. There's no extra things they taking out. See that extra state tax and all that other extra stuff, curriculum they taking from y'all? That is the difference. Even if you make 6 figures in some California or in some New York or some Detroit, You finally get to the 6 figures, it's like, okay, you made it. Yeah, after taxes, they taking a lot more than you be in some Florida or Texas or, Tennessee or Vegas. Well, Vegas ain't too much to do unless you're on the strip. How can you make some serious money in Vegas unless you're a great gambler? That's the only people that I see that's making serious bread. It's those great gamblers, pay them taxes off and making, 100, 200,000 a pop. If you could do that, then yeah, you could stay in some Vegas. Shoot. She says that I believe it. I wanted to buy an RV just in case now. Cali is trying to ban RVs because they can't property tax. Yeah, that's correct. They don't want you to make money. California is in a deficit because they don't take care of their people properly. And the people is accepting. That's the crazy part. It's just, Alex. The people is accepting failure. California was not like that back in the days, especially Southern California. Now it's getting to a point people go to North California because Southern California is on some BS. Northern Cal is rising. And from what I'm hearing through a mutual friend that's elite, he said that they're going to be California is going to a separatist, that the Northern Californians want nothing to do with the Southern Californians. They don't want to bail you out because they're tired of paying taxes to the southern border of California when the Southern Californians is still on some BS. So there's a separatist going on in California right now. And that's the same thing in New York with the boroughs. You got Long Island saying Suffolk County and Nassau County say they don't want to help out the city of New York, the boroughs. Yeah. And the thing is, this stuff is real, y'all. She's in California, her and her husband in California. And so if they don't want you to have certain things, then y'all gonna have to start looking into other things in the near future. Because I'm gonna tell you this. It was so beautiful back in the days in California. It was greatly beautiful. And when I went to LA in 2008, that was the last time I was in LA. I started seeing it going down, not to where it is now. And for what people tell me that go there for various reasons, they don't even recognize the place. It's not even recognizable there in LA and San Diego, Hollywood. It's trash. Trash. And I could see even the airport is garbage. I don't know how true it is. I heard the airport's not even up to date. This is crazy. And then when you go to the Staples Center, oh well, it's not called the Staples Center. I forgot what it's called now. When you go to the LA Lakers thing, it's like the 2-3 mile radius is everybody living in the streets. You got over 100,000 people living in the streets. Could you imagine waking up every day, you driving in certain areas in LA, in southern LA, and people you grew up with are living in the streets, and you can't even help them because you in the situation you trying to get yourself out of. That's how crazy it is over there now. So the people with the money, they moving on out. And from what I was told, there's a lot of empty mansions out there in California, in Southern California now. People haven't seen their neighbors in 5-6 years. They vacated the whole mansions. This is crazy. You know it's bad when people with money leaving. If people with money is willing to risk, live in Texas, live in Florida, or live in Georgia, or live in North Carolina, in South Carolina or Tennessee, Alabama, Arizona, if people are willing to risk living in those, or Oklahoma, if people are willing to risk leaving those homes to come down here and pay more money, because it's very expensive. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's more expensive than California. You come get a house in Orlando, you better have 45%, 35% of your money down payment on some house, because you're gonna pay about $400,000, $500,000. Because where I stay at, it's worth about 2.5 million. She says a lot of companies are leaving Cali, like Tesla. They're moving to Texas. Yeah, they are in Texas. They already, it's a lot of news about that. They already got 2 plants in Texas. So it's and then the gas, y'all paying a lot for gas. Gas is like your yes, how you doing, love? As y'all know, I'm at the site, so I'm at the site. I gotta make sure everything's good. So yeah, she says his currently is at 448. What? 520. Oh my goodness. That gas is like almost paying mortgage, not mortgage, paying your cell phone bill. That's like paying your cell phone bill. How you expect people to move around when gas is like in another country? Y'all basically paying gas like y'all in another country in California. Whew. All praises to the Lord. I mean, man, you can't pay me to do it. What up, Kites? Salute, fam. Salute. You can't pay me, even if I have the bread. I'm thinking logically, ain't no way, even if I have the money, I'm paying some $200 to $300 a week of gas. You must be out your freaking mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Vegas is more. Yup. Listen. Gas right now in Florida on average is 245. 245 on average. You just got to know the spots. So where I'm at is about, I say about 305, 295. Now Miami, you're gonna pay in Miami. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Miami, you're gonna pay about $6 in Miami. You're gonna pay $6 regular in Miami. That's a whole different world. You know what I'm saying? So outside of that, for the majority of Florida, they pay, the lowest is 245, the The highest is 310, and then you got premium and all that other plus and all that other ish. And so think about, you got to get food. Listen, you got to make 10,000 or more to survive, y'all. You gotta have that conversation with the Lord. Like, look, I'm tired of this going paycheck to paycheck. I'm tired of just getting by. Y'all gotta tell each other that. If y'all in a marriage or relationship, whatever the case, or you by yourself as a man, you by yourself as a woman. If you're going through the number changes, it fluctuates. You can't buy this because you got to take care of this bill, that bill. Shout out to Zats, because I taught Zats how to extend his money, him and his lady, and they paying off a lot of stuff ahead of time. You scared? Just come to visit. Y'all come visit. Why don't y'all two? Okay. Guys, reach out to me on Instagram. Instagram is Rallo, R-A-L-O. Let me make sure. Hold on one second. Let me type it in the chat. Let me type in my Instagram. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna type it in right now in the chat. Hold on. Y'all can't be afraid of tornado storms and all that. Hold on, let me put my Instagram in the chat. Give me 1 second, y'all. What's up, Run It Up 360? What's going on with you, man? Hold on 1 second. Yeah, okay. 1 second. Yeah, I will accept your request, Kites. Once you send it to me, I accept it. Once you send me the request. Listen, I explained it in one of my videos. I'm gonna send it to you. If y'all were to, look into Florida, you got to stay in Central Florida and certain parts of Northeast Florida. It's not as bad as people proclaim it to be, with the storms and all that, because I've been through it already, a couple of times. We recently had a thunderstorm. It was really serious. At the same time, you got to think about it. This is the most agriculture. This is the most nature. So you're going to expect that when you're in nature. Even Orlando, there's parts of Orlando, there's nature. So it didn't take me that long to adjust, because when I was a young man, my moms let me stay with my godmother and my godfather up north in the mountains. They had a house in the mountains. My Jamaican godmother, my Jamaican godfather, shout out to them. They got a lot of big business in New York still. So when I used to stay up there with my godparents, I got to, used to nature. How y'all doing, ladies? All right. So, okay, I'm accept the request right now. Hold on, I'm accept your request. Okay, I got you. Yeah. All right, we good. Yeah, y'all should come down here. You and your wife should come down here and visit. Just let me know. I'll put y'all up for a good place. I got, a couple of spots, man. Y'all could, chill out. We could link up. You know what I'm saying? You get to meet Zats, your moderator, Zats, and his wife. You know what I'm saying? Y'all chop it up, man. You know, I got Zats down here, 2 years ago, Kites, and his whole life changed, man. He came from New York just like me. And that young man is doing great things, him and his wife, man. He left that Ibarazzi, New York, and now the man is seeing a lot more things than he can even imagine. You know? Y'all four will greatly connect, man. Y'all four married couples will greatly connect. Now, y'all know I'm by myself. I ain't dealing with nobody right now. Nope, I ain't dealing with nobody right now, man. My last relationship was 2023. So that's the last time I dealt with somebody. You know what I'm saying? I've been to myself since 2023. Have I talked to ladies? Yeah. That's about as far as it goes. Talking, that's it. I ain't been dealing with nobody since 2023. I've been staying to myself. You know? I can't do it, man. This 2025, man, this dating scene. I thought about going on Pop the Balloon, and I know I would have pulled. At the same time, just seeing how these ladies are, they're not fully ready. It's only maybe 2 or 3 that I see they ready, and we already know who they are. Outside of that, Pop the Balloon is just like the industry. It's not the same. It's not the same. I'll be honest with you. You know? For real. It's not the same, man. It's not. People go in there. Once the industry got in, that basketball player, he know my cousin that plays in the NBA. I had 3 cousins play in the NBA. One play in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend, too. All right, have a good one. All right. Yeah, look at Running Up 360 moved to Florida. He moved to the other side of Florida. Running Up 360 is on the west side of Florida. And I'm glad they're getting rid of those Ibarazzis in Tampa and Saratoga and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because, to be honest, west side of Florida is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just too many ninjas over there, man. I can't deal with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, West Florida is just as great, and its own tonality is a different world. Yeah, it will be legendary for those 4 to meet up with each other. They all have the same thing in common. That's the crazy part. Kais and Zats, and it's just Alice and Zat's wife. They all got that cartoon, drawing, filming. They all got that connection. That would be cool to see them meet up with each other, have the conversation. Yeah. Yeah. I'm very good at bringing people together, y'all. Y'all don't realize that. And when I bring people together, they become more financially better. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I love to see. You know? Yeah, it's that time. It's time. It's just Alice. Yeah, it's time. That's the YouTube. A lot of YouTubers that's on point. I'm not just meaning any YouTuber. Oh, no. After what happened last year, I'm very precautionary who I link up with. I got to do background research, you know what I'm saying? Because people out here crazy. Outside of that, yeah, definitely. Yep. And I just want to say to you, Kites, that I was so happy everything I said to y'all came to fruition. I remember when I first got known of y'all because of Zats. And when Zats put me on to y'all, I remember y'all was talking to that guy's out there, Aaron the plumber. Anyway, that's when I got put on to y'all. And I remember telling you, I said, man, you're going to be, before the summer, you're going to be at least 80,000 subscribers. And you're almost there now, man. You almost there now. So even though the Pop the Balloon, it took a little bit of a hit from y'all, by y'all doing the Reddit, that's the great direction y'all going. Y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all gonna get that. Y'all gonna get that sooner or later. People gonna catch on to it, and they're gonna watch that. That Reddit thing y'all doing. Yeah. Y'all on a different frequency. Y'all know exactly what y'all doing, you and your wife. Yeah. It's not gonna stop y'all from making bread on the internet, man. You know, I would say have a couples, like if you got people on your Discord who are married, y'all should have a married series. I think y'all should look into that, you know, because a lot of people love seeing, it's something watching married couples, you get a more idea of the do's and the don'ts, even if you're not in a relationship or you haven't been in a relationship in a long time. It's better to watch people that has results. Y'all get what I'm saying? So that's what y'all should be watching, people with results, not people that don't have results, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. So yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, I can't show my face. I can't show my uniform. I can't show my location. I got to be respectful of the grounds I'm in, you know, because they don't play that down here in Florida. And then I don't want people to know what I'm doing anyway, because you got a lot of jealous people mad that I travel. They mad that I travel and go different places and I get certain things. I'm not supposed to get certain things. I'm not supposed to live in a mansion. They told me I'm not supposed to live in a mansion. I'm not supposed to live in a mansion. So where am I supposed to live at? If I want to live in a mansion, if I could afford it, I'm going to live in a mansion. It is what it is. Shoot. Why would you not want to talk to a person that's doing very well? You got a lot of our quote unquote people. How you doing? All right. You got a lot of our quote unquote people that want to see us do well. Like what? I want to see people in particular do great. You know? So yeah, that's pretty much about that, y'all. So this is a good one. She says people don't know how to network anymore. They don't. And your husband said that, what your husband said sounds awesome. Okay, he said that earlier. He said he needs a stress-free life. That guy wanted to, remember I told you guys he wanted to be in the industry? The dude's not ready, man. It is what it is. He wanted to be in the industry. He got what he's looking for. I can't feel sorry for him. He wanted the attention. He just don't know how to channel his energy the correct way. And he think because he ain't going old boys, channel that he doing something great. Making himself looking more like me personally. I was in the industry, right? Not as further than he was. Like he went through the door. You know what I'm saying? Aaron the plumber went through the door, y'all. Don't get it misconstrued. He went through the door. Because if you dealing with a toxic female, yeah, you went through the door. They got him. You can't get on those shows and you ain't go through the door. He went through the door. And so, me personally, like, the reason why, I know Kyson, just Alice was talking about, the reason why Hollywood is in trouble is because the Most High is about to end their careers. They wasn't using their gift the right way, if that makes sense. A lot of people in the industry had a lot of people unalive themselves, right? Through the television. They had a lot of people broke up a lot of relationships. And so all of them is hitting them hard. So Trump is like, you know what? We're going to have to make it, we put the tariffs on them. They're not doing right by the people. It's a lot of things going on in California. California, especially Southern California, got too much sin, y'all. We got to keep it real. There's a lot of sin in Southern California. And it wasn't like like it is today. Even back in the 90s, it had its moments. It wasn't as sinful as it is now. It's too much sin in Vegas and California and Chicago and New York and all these places. It wasn't like that. And even the women and the men had respect for each other. Now nobody got too much respect for each other in those particular states. Like, you can't even say hi to somebody in some California. They want to unalive you. This is crazy. I can't be in a place like that. If I can't say hello to my neighbor, if I can't say, how's everybody doing? And you want to pull out the Uzi on me, what? If you say hello to a woman, and she walking down the street in some California, and she don't know you say hello to her, you got some goons waiting for you outside. You ladies, if you say hello to a dude, he gonna think you up to no good, and he gonna try to unalive you. It's great, man. I just say, when I see too much sin, I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to roll. I'm like Jonah. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like Jonah. Like, get me out of here. And then you know what happened with Jonah. He ain't wanted to preach. Most High sent Jonah into the well, the belly of hell for 3 days. And he came out the belly of hell for 3 days and preached the truth. And then those people repented. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Can you imagine waking up every day dealing with that? How you doing, Miss Marilyn? Oh, I shouted you out, Marilyn. I shouted you out earlier. Just rewind the video. You're in the top 3 of support, and I appreciate that. Everybody support the platform. Kaiser, just Alice. Everybody, for the most part, everybody in the chat have supported my Cash App, supported my Super Chat or Venmo, for the most part. So, yeah, definitely. So, let me see what else I got to say. It's almost 5 o'clock. It's almost time to go soon. So, be on the lookout for some shorts, some more videos to my members only. I'm going to have some footage for you real soon. Be on the lookout for that. I appreciate y'all support. And I got to get this hard drive for the computer so I can start storing some of the Pop the Balloon and other videos, start downloading these videos, put them in some other iCards. And also, I'm going to be having my X thing. I'm going to talk to y'all about that. We're going to support that. Y'all make sure y'all go to Kite's channel. Y'all can put your links. It's just Alex, and Kite shall put your link in the chat so the people could go to your channels. And so, we're looking forward to seeing y'all. I will be coming to your Discord soon. I just want to make sure my setup is on point before I come. I want to come correct to the Discord. You know what I'm saying? Definitely want to come correct to the Discord. And thank you, Marilyn Edwards, for the support on the Cash App. Thank you for the support on the Cash App. So, yeah. I'm telling y'all, man, it will be great to see Kites. It's just Alex, Zach, and his wife in Florida. We all having a good time. You know what I'm saying? We all having a good time. We all breaking bread in real time. And it'll be their first time in Florida. And, we bring the hospitality. I'm going to talk to Forever Studio. He's in Northern California. If I do, I'll let Kites and just Alice know I may come to Southern California. you know, because I got to visit Azandria if she's not busy, my main supporter. I'm thinking about going to California this year. So that would be cool. I can't go and just see her and I don't see them. I got to see them. I got to see y'all in real time in person. So y'all let me know the spots. You know, I'll do my research because I'm going to tell y'all, Tyson and Just Alice, no, I got to be in an elite place in LA. I cannot be in no regular spot. I got to get me the top hotel, man. I can't. When I went to Dallas and Atlanta and Georgia, I said, no, I gotta be in the top spot, man. I gotta have me a suite. I gotta be in a suite for real. I can't be in no, regular room no more, man. I gotta be the big time. So I know I'm gonna probably have to spend about $1,000 or more. Oh man, I'm gonna have to spend California tax money. Oh snap. Oh man. Running up 360. Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. That's possible, man. Now I know I've been to LA before, man. I stayed at the Hilton in downtown Los Angeles. I stayed at the Hilton in downtown Los Angeles, right, but not too far from crypto arena. Yep. It's just that now they have lowered their price. The Hilton over by Crypto Arena have lowered their price, so you know who's gonna be up in there. They have lowered their price, man. It wasn't like that a few years ago in downtown LA, man. Downtown LA is like the hood now. Hi, man. So I'm gonna have to go to the outskirts, just like Atlanta. Just like when I went through Atlanta, I seen a lot of ninjas, different ninjas, white ninjas, black ninjas, Latino ninjas. As soon as I got out the outskirts of the city of Atlanta, I felt right at home. Yeah, I'm going further away. Yeah, I'm not staying in no downtown LA. All right. You gonna start this? All right. So I'll be over there, Kites. I'm gonna listen to y'all while I'm at the work site. How you doing? I'm gonna definitely listen to y'all. So listen, y'all. Kites is about to run up his, Twitch. So I'm gonna go listen to that. I'm gonna go over to X. Send me the information. So I think I'm on your stream. I think you got the link. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go to your post notification. I think you put your link there. So I'll see you over there. I'll see you over there in a few minutes. So yeah. I'm gonna get on out of here, y'all. Appreciate everyone for tuning into the show. We've been on for almost an hour, which is cool. And I'm gonna enjoy this weather, enjoy this drink. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all go to the Twitch if you got Twitch. I'm gonna pin that to the top. The people watching for the afterplay. So I'm gonna put it there. You know what I'm saying? It's just Alice just sent it. So we'll be over there. Y'all just you don't have to pay, y'all, but if you decide to pay, that supports them on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? If you decide to want to, put $5, $10, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, that goes to them 100%. Twitch, you get more of your buck. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'll see y'all over there. Brown Royalty to the people. We the business. Thank y'all for all viewing and tuning into the show. Catch y'all later on. 100.